Alright guys, welcome to part 2 of the Roadblock End of the Line pay-per-view. Raw exclusive pay-per-view, as we've mentioned a few times throughout part 1. We are kicking part 2 off now though with a tag team matchup. Kurt Angle will be teaming up against Buddy of Necessity there in Curtis Axel against the United States Champion Samoa Joe and Sheamus. It will be a tag team contest. The United States Championship held by Samoa Joe will not be defended in this matchup, as this is just a 2-on-2 contest. So this will be the only Raw Championship not defended at this pay-per-view. Part 1, if you guys remember, Nia Jax dropped her title to Paige, who's now the new Raw Women's Champion, and then the Usos reclaimed the Raw Tag Team Championships against the Hardys in Part 1's main event. So we're going to get into the first matchup here for Part 2. Kurt Angle in the ring, awaiting his partner, Curtis Axel, former United States Champion in his own right as well. So we're going to see which team could pick up much needed momentum. It was a 2-on-1 handicap match against Kurt Angle on Raw a few days ago. Samoa Joe and Sheamus were able to brutalize Kurt Angle without Curtis Axel to come to the aid of the Hall of Famer. But that will not be the case tonight. Even playing field for both teams. Curtis Axel fired up already, looking to continue to keep his hat in the mix for the United States Championship. Come to think of it, if Axel were to pick up the victory for his team, pinning Samoa Joe specifically, that might earn him another shot at the title. And we already know Sheamus' case with it. He has that opportunity he could use any time that he earned back in 2K18. I know I keep reiterating myself every time Sheamus is involved in something that we mention that. I just want you guys to keep that in mind going forward, that maybe this alliance between Samoa Joe and Sheamus may not last too much longer, but you never know. So now Axel and Angle in the ring. United States Champion Samoa Joe out next. Samoa Joe gets a bit of a break, doesn't have to defend the title tonight, but come the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, he will need to defend it, whoever it is against. Still to be determined for the most part, but Samoa Joe has a bit tougher of a task than he's had to do over the last couple weeks. So we're going to get Samoa Joe's partner Sheamus out here now. And as usual, be sure to drop a like if you guys enjoy any part of this episode. If there is a poll above, be sure to vote in that as well. I do greatly appreciate you guys' inputs and your comments about specific things in a given episode of Universe Mode or just my videos in general. Sheamus on his way to the ring now, the Celtic Warrior teaming up with the Destroyer Samoa Joe once again. These two make a very deadly tag team for sure. So, but again, we don't know how long this little Samoan and Celtic alliance is going to be lasting too much longer. Sheamus can easily use his opportunity whenever he wants. So we're going to get into this first matchup of the part now. Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe starting things off with their respective tag teams. Kurt Angle going right after the champ, hits him with a backbreaker. Curtis Axel on the apron trying to get the crowd fired up for this matchup more than they already are. Big slap to the face by Kurt Angle. Going right after the knee of Samoa Joe, softening that left leg up for an ankle lock later on, maybe. Big right hands to Samoa Joe, connect. Elbow by the champion. Nice snapmare and a chop to the back, and now the kick to the chest of Kurt Angle. Curtis Axel, is he going? He's going up top. There's that modified crossface by Samoa Joe. Curtis Axel in to break it up, going right after Sheamus, taking out the Celtic Warrior. I don't know if this was planned by Kurt and Curtis there, but the distraction with this attack on Sheamus has helped Angle gain the momentum now early on in this matchup. Curtis Axel takes Sheamus out with a drop kick, gets back into the ring. Stomp by Axel for good measure. Samoa Joe looking to make the tag to Celtic Warrior, and he does. Big takedown there by Angle. Kurt Angle doesn't want to be taunting right now. Sheamus might make him regret it, and he does clothesline into the corner. Angle with the spear. Now, or that belly-to-belly suplex into the cover now on Sheamus. Could Axel and Angle put them away? No, Sheamus kicks out before the count of 1. Samoa Joe still on the outside. Just picked him up. Slammed him right down. Kurt Angle needs to make a tag. Axel hasn't been in this matchup legally yet. Nice roll through, clothesline there by Kurt Angle. Makes the tag to Axel, gets into the ring now. Gets another drop kick in there to Sheamus. Sheamus with a reversal kick to the midsection of Axel. Backbreaker side slam there. Celtic Warrior in control. Makes the tag to the United States Champion. Big reversal there by Axel. Takes that momentum right back. So does Samoa Joe. Backdrop suplex reversed into a bulldog. Nice maneuver there by the Axeman. Kicks to the midsection. Big right hands, jabs, and strikes. Axel with the offense. Stand-up drop kick there. Axel in control of the United States Champion. Again, we mentioned it before this matchup started. If Axel is able to get a pinfall submission on Samoa Joe like he's trying to right here. Count of 1. And Samoa Joe kicked out. He might earn himself another chance at the U.S. title that Samoa Joe took away from him in the first place, I believe, at Survivor Series. No, at SummerSlam, rather. Again, mixing up my information. Big snapmare now by Axel. Follows through. Samoa Joe in trouble, middle of the ring. Axel into the cover. 1, 2. And Samoa Joe kicks out at 2. Axel thought he had him. Sheamus didn't get in there to break it up. Setting him up for the swinging face buster. Now going for the cover on Samoa Joe. Angle tries to intercept Sheamus, but he does so a little too late. Takes him off the apron. Axel into another cover on Samoa Joe. The other two occupied. 1, and Samoa Joe has enough time to kick out again. Kicks to the midsection. Curtis Axel continuing that offense. Axel back into his corner. Left hand by Samoa Joe. Uranagi takedown of Curtis Axel. Sheamus up to his feet now. Gets back out onto the apron. Samoa Joe fired up. Picks up Axel. Kick to the midsection. Axel in a powerbomb predicament. Big right hands to the head of Samoa Joe. Gets out of it. Clotheslines him over the top rope. In front of the announce table. Curtis Axel on a roll here. Takes out Sheamus. Going up top. Goes for the elbow to Samoa Joe. He had a choice there who to target with that elbow drop. Axel taking out both men on his own. Knee right to the side of the face of Sheamus. Down to 1 knee himself there. Count of 3. Axel gets back into the ring. Makes a tag to a fresh Kurt Angle. Samoa Joe and Sheamus both outside. Still referee holding Angle back. Samoa Joe gets back in. Kurt Angle with a quick roll, catching Samoa Joe off guard. 1, 2, and Samoa Joe kicks out quickly. Big right hands by Angle. Going for the triple suplexes. Hits 1 on Samoa Joe. Lock in for the second. And third one. Samoa Joe in trouble. Covered by Angle. 1, 2. And Samoa Joe kicks out again. Float over DDT to Sheamus by Curtis Axel. Turns him over into the Angle slam. Into the pin. 1, 2. And Samoa Joe out at 2 again. Kurt Angle frustrated there. Goes for a short arm lariat. Samoa Joe sidesteps him. Takedown of Angle. Samoa Joe not giving up easily. Has him in position for the Coquina clutch. Angle gets out of it. Big chop block. Tags in Curtis Axel now. Sheamus still on the outside. Takedown with the snapmare. Follow through. Is that it for Samoa Joe? Sheamus still outside. Can't help him there. 1, 2. Curtis Axel. No, he does not. Put him away for good. Samoa Joe takes Axel down. Sweeps the legs. Takes him right out from under Axel. Big jabs, combination, and a slap by Samoa Joe. Makes the tag to Sheamus. Yes, he does. Axel in trouble now. Celtic Warrior in. Going for a big boot there. Sheamus over the head, belly to belly. Axel looking to tag in Angle. Sheamus stopping him though with those stomps. Knee to the side of the head. Axel putting on a clinic every time he's in the ring. All 4 men technically always doing so. Curtis Axel may be the MVP of this matchup. Sheamus off the ropes. Float over DDT again. Takes him down. Sheamus in trouble. Off the ropes goes Sheamus again. Hit with the drop kick. Celtic Warrior still in danger here. Swinging neck breaker takes Celtic Warrior out. Into the cover. 1, 2. And Curtis Axel yelling at Sheamus, not putting him away there. A little more aggressive side of Curtis Axel in this matchup. Going for the Irish Curse backbreaker trifecta. First one connects, second one. Axel in trouble. Third Irish Curse backbreaker. Kurt Angle in, run interference, chop block on Sheamus. Samoa Joe looking for the tag by the Celtic Warrior. Makes the tag now of the Destroyer. Samoa Joe in the matchup. Curtis Axel in trouble now. Big right hand. Setting him up again. With the face buster, Samoa Joe planted. Kurt Angle in to intercept Sheamus, and he does not. Curtis Axel misses there. Nice takedown there by Axel. Into the cover again on Samoa Joe. 1, 2, and Samoa Joe. I'm going to change my mind there about MVP of this matchup. Samoa Joe resilient as ever. Taking out of a lot of signatures and finishers dished out by Axel and Angle. Big right hand and a forearm. Big strike there. Left hand by Samoa Joe. Big uppercut takes the Axeman down. Samoa Joe in the corner. These guys pulling out all the stops here. Picks him up. Reversal there by Axel. Takedown with a big boot. Samoa Joe in trouble. Then there's the swinging neck breaker. Curtis Axel. Flurry of offense continues. 1, 2. And Samoa Joe again. Axel is clearly frustrated. So is Kurt Angle. Not giving up though. Going for the face buster again. Into the cover. Axel there with a bit of leverage pin. 2, 3, and puts Samoa Joe away. Curtis Axel and Kurt Angle are victorious. This is a huge matchup. Curtis Axel definitely just inserted himself back into the picture for the U.S. title. Going to see how that continues to play out, but the team of Kurt Angle and Curtis Axel are victorious to kick things off here at Part 2 Roadblock pay-per-view. See some of the highlights there. Kurt Angle thought he had Samoa Joe beat with the Angle Slam earlier on in the matchup, but Curtis Axel came through clutch, helping out Angle defeat the United States Champion and the Celtic Warrior. We move on to Part 2's main event. Alright guys, Part 2's main event about to be underway. This will be a rivalry match between former Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair taking on her rival of late, Sasha Banks. The last time these two clashed in singles competition, Charlotte Flair got the better of Sasha Banks. They were both in that triple threat women's match to determine who faces Nia Jax, who in this case was Paige, who got that upset victory in Part 1, if you guys remember. These two, or Charlotte and Sasha, have had issues with each other from pretty much for a while now. So we're going to see which of these two tremendous athletes can beat the other and build up some more momentum, hopefully earning a shot at the Raw Women's Championship. In case of Charlotte, earning that chance again when she dropped the title originally to Bayley at Extreme Rules, starting off Universe mode back in 2K18. She wasn't able to get the title back from Bayley, of course. Used her rematch and her opportunity, so she's been since then trying to claw her way back to the top. But Sasha Banks has been getting in the way, of course, or at least how she would look at it. But they're in each other's way nonetheless. So we have the Queen versus the Boss to close out Part 2. Just as, not a spoiler, but as a bit of information for the third and final part of the pay-per-view, which will be out tomorrow. The main event of it, of course, will be Seth Rollins, Universal Champion, defending against Y2J Chris Jericho. And pretty much the pattern of this pay-per-view with all the rematches, this is the challengers or whoever's using their rematch, it's their last chance at doing so before they have to basically claw and scratch their way from the back of the line to get to it again. So Jericho has one more shot at Rollins and the Universal Championship as we get this women's match underway. Charlotte going right after Sasha Banks, picks her up. Sasha with the big reversal there. Kick takes Charlotte Flair down quickly. Gets out and gets back in. Sasha in control with some chops and kicks. But the match before the main event in Part 3 will be a fatal 4-way match. More of a filler match nonetheless, but it will be to show off Dolph Ziggler against Elias. Also in that matchup, it will be Big E of the New Day and the Bulgarian Rusev. Fatal 4-way action will kick off the next and final part of Roadblock. But until then, we got to get through this women's matchup backbreaker there by Charlotte, applying pressure on the lower back and neck of Sasha Banks. Picks her up. Sasha big reversal arm drag, takes the Queen down, drop kick. The Boss in control early on. Charlotte in trouble now, blocks that kick, elbow to the knee, just tossing Sasha halfway across the ring by her hair. Charlotte turning the tide of this matchup. Takedown there by Banks. Clothesline outside the ring goes Charlotte. Sasha gloating a bit. The crowd split with who they're cheering for. Sasha up top. Frog splash to Charlotte on the outside. Picks her up. Charlotte in trouble. Into the ring, going up top again is Banks. Elbow drop right to the back. Charlotte in danger, picks her up. Connects with the bankrupt. Sasha going up top again, giving it her all as usual. And another frog splash, channeling her inner Eddie Guerrero, of course one of her inspirations and reasons she became a WWE superstar. Charlotte tried to get offense in there. Sasha with the kick and a reversal following that. Jawbreaker. Nice step up in Seguri. Charlotte stunned from early on in that matchup, turns her around, sets Charlotte up for the bank statement, has it locked in, but Charlotte's height just saved her. Her right foot was under the bottom rope. Sasha can't stop the offense, sidesteps the basement dropkick. Charlotte now trying to get some offense in, snapmare to Banks. And just wraps her long legs around the neck and torso of Banks, turns her around, showing off that tremendous leg strength. Doing it again. Sasha in trouble, trying to get out of it, and she does. Just left and right to the thighs. Takes her down with another drop kick. Big forearm smashes. Charlotte has the height advantage, but Sasha has been faster in this matchup. Nice vertical suplex, stalling vertical suplex actually, no. Charlotte gets out of it, tosses Sasha back in. Sasha in trouble. Another snapmare takedown by the Queen Charlotte Flair, rake of the eyes. Picks her up, electric chair suplex incoming. Takes the boss down, goes for a cover, 1, 2, and Sasha kicks out at the last second. Charlotte going up top, looks like she's gonna go for the moonsault. And she connects. Does she go for a pin? No, she does not. Now she will. 1, 2, and Sasha out at 2.5. Charlotte thought she put her away there, but not quite. Mocking Sasha Banks there, tips the hat, definitely not meant. But Sasha now going for Banks statement again. Charlotte reverses, goes for the spear. Charlotte gets reversed. Nice basement drop kick by the boss once again. Stomp right to the leg. Big boot, Sasha takes her down. Kick to the midsection, setting up for the bankrupt again. Charlotte in trouble. Picks her up. Turns her around, setting up bank statement once again. Has it locked in, but Charlotte gets lucky again. Her feet were close enough to the bottom ropes that the referee had to call the rope break. Takes her down with a wicked clothesline. Sasha going up top, not as fast as she was earlier. Another frog splash there into the pin. Can she put her away? 1, 2. No, and Charlotte kicks out again. Theme of this pay-per-view so far is resiliency. Definitely part 2 for sure has been that. Chops to the chest. Made famous by her legend father, Ric Flair. Sasha in trouble. Charlotte going up top, looking for the moonsault a second time. And she hits it. Charlotte not going for the cover, looking to put her away maybe with the natural selection or the figure 8. Chop to the chest again, takes down Sasha. There she goes. Locks in the figure 4. Bridging into the figure 8. Sasha in trouble. Holding on for dear life. And Sasha Banks is forced to tap. Charlotte Flair gets the better of the boss once again. Moving up the ranks here in the Raw Women's division for sure. These two put on one heck of a match. Sasha had majority of the match early on especially. couple moonsaults and a figure 8 leg lock later. Charlotte Flair is victorious. These two women gave it their all and then some. Charlotte is victorious to wrap up things here from part 2 of the Roadblock End of the Line pay-per-view. If you guys enjoyed this part, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. We will see you guys in the third and final part tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great day.